Okay, we're going to be installing the AC bypass pulley in a 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4-wheel drive 6-cylinder. You can hear the bearing has gone out, and if I let this keep going, it's going to leave me stranded, so I got to get this done. This is what we'll be installing. 34173 Mopar. And this comes with the bearings and shims and screws. Okay, first order of business is we will disconnect the connections going to the AC unit. One on the top, and there's one here on the bottom. I'll disconnect it. Okay, I've got the bottom one disconnected. And the top one. Now, next order of business is I will be disconnecting these two top screws that connect the hoses. Okay, now I have a 10mm, and I'm going to disconnect the upper part of where the hoses attach to the AC. Now you're going to want to drain your AC line and take it to a recycle automotive, someone who can drain this out for you properly, but mine has leaked out a long time ago, so there's nothing in here, so it's safe. Okay, I'm removing these upper hose connections, saving the bolts. Now what I'm going to do is later probably put a new AC unit in this when I can afford to get one, so I'm going to be wiring these hoses up off to the side, out of the way, and not removing the hoses altogether. Now if you're going to completely remove your AC unit and never put one back in, you're going to want to remove these hoses and the condenser hoses down inside right there. There's a clip, you'll have to disconnect that, but I'm going to leave mine in because I'll probably be reinstalling one later. Okay, now that I have the upper hoses disconnected and the electrical connections disconnected, I'm going to be removing these 4 bolts that hold the main unit in place. Okay, these bolts were on very tight. I sprayed a little lubricant, let it sit, and that seemed to help. So don't strip these out and don't break them off, or you're going to be in big trouble. Alright, let me get these off. Whoops, we'll be right back. Okay, I have these bolts loosened, but before I take everything off, I'm going to use a 15mm. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go down to this screw here, which is the idler tension pulley, and I'm going to loosen it up. Okay, I had to put a longer extension on, and you might want to remove this plug here also so you don't cause any damage. There we go. It's going to take a lot of turns to loosen this tension pulley. See it down there flopping back and forth, and this will allow you to remove the serpentine belt. Now I'm going to need to get a new serpentine belt because I just saw this. So I'm going to have to go back and pick one of those up. Okay, I believe I have this loosened enough to go ahead and slip off the serpentine belt. There we go. Now remember how this goes on. When you come over here, remove it. I'm just going to set it off to the side there because this is what I'm getting after. Okay, I had to spray a lot of lubricant. These were in there very tight, but now I have them all loosened up, and I should be able to just lift this AC unit right out. And there it is. Okay. And I'm left with this. Okay, now this is what's going in. I'm just going to place it in there to check the hole pattern and make sure everything lines up good. And it looks like it does. The holes match up. But I don't know if you can see it. The pulley is not quite aligned with the belt and the other pulleys. Now this kit comes with shims and this little ring here in this pack. This little ring will go on this pulley. I'll have to take it off and it will move the pulley out a little bit so everything will line up. These other little shims will go into these holes to shim up the big hole to allow these bolts in the pack to work with it. Okay, this pack comes with two different size shims. It has these long ones, which are too long, and these little short ones, which are just right. I'm going to put the little short ones and tap them inside here, and then I'm going to mount it, and I'm going to remove this bolt and put this ring behind this pulley. Okay. As you can see, I put the little shims in there. I just had to tap them with a screwdriver and they went in real easy. I'm going to mount this now. Because this bolt is on real hard, and I'm going to have it mounted to get the torque I need to remove it and put the other shim on. You could do it on a vise, but I didn't want to mess up the metal plate. Okay. One thing they did not include in the kit were washers for the tops of these screws, and it looks like if I torque these screws down, they're going to start chewing into this aluminum plate. So what I did was I'm just going to get some washers that I found, and I'm going to put them right there. I think that'll help it from chewing the plate up. Alright, let me do these other ones, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have these bolts in place. And now what I'm going to do is take off this bolt and put that other shim in there to get my pulley alignment. You can see it's offset to the back, and I just need it pushed forward just a little bit. Okay, I used a 15 millimeter to loosen this bolt. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this shim that came with the kit on here and put the pulley back on. And if you look now, you can see that it is lining up nice and straight with the rest of the system. So let me get this on. Not too tight, just enough. And there we go. Check the alignment, it all looks good. Now I'm going to put the serpentine belt on and see what I got. Okay, I have the serpentine belt back on, and I'm going to now crank it up and see if it works. Okay, there we go. Everything appears to be working. And that's how you bypass your AC unit in a 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Good luck, everybody.